Hello and welcome to Dishing Delights. My name is Jenica and today we're going to cook up breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and a little dessert too. Let's get to it. For the first recipe, I am going to make some enchiladas. Alright, so today I'm going to do like a little cook with me. So I'm going just to throw a bunch of fragments from my fridge and my cabinets. And I'm going to make some like enchiladas or something. I have 4 tortillas. I have a can of red enchilada sauce. I have some leftover turkey. I have a little bit of cheese left over. And I opened up this can of refried beans the other day, so I'm just going to use the rest of that up and we're going to make some enchiladas. So I don't even know if I need all of this turkey. I'll probably just use half of it and save the rest for like a wrap or something later. To my turkey, I'm going to add the rest of the refried beans, my cheese, and a little bit of the salsa verde for my tortilla filling. Alright, what I'm going to do with this enchilada sauce is I'm going to take some of it and add it to the bottom. For these, I just added in the filling, rolled my tortillas, and then added the remaining sauce on top. I then just topped it with a handful of cheese, placed that into an oven that was preheated to 350 degrees, and then I baked it for 30 minutes until that cheese was bubbling up. Alright, while that's cooking, I'll share with you this month's little box of goodies from the store. Apparently I got 2 little things of candy sticks I'll give to whoever brings their kid over first. And then we got 4 boxes of the au gratin potatoes. I'll be using those up in dinner soon. And then 3 cans of tomato paste. I swear, like every 3 months I get 2 or 3 cans from him, so I never need to buy tomato paste. And if you don't know, my husband's family owns a convenience store, and when things go past their best by date, we just get to pick out of whatever we want. Alright, we'll see you when those are ready. Yum! These look so delicious. Now I'll just be serving this with some hot sauce. I'm out of sour cream, of course, but this is what's for lunch. Alright, so I'm going to stick with a little Pantry Cleanout theme for the day. And I'm going to get these 2 muffin mixes out of my cabinets. So I'm going to make these up, add them into a muffin pan, and then we're going to bake them. Alright, what I'm going to do is add in my apple cinnamon mix. I'm adding half of a cup of milk. Did anybody grow up eating these Martha White muffin mixes? We always had them with dinner, and so did my husband. So he always loves when I make one up. Alright, now for the strawberry cheesecake, I'm just going to use the same bowl and milk. Okay, for dinner, I'm grabbing a pound of ground beef out of the freezer. And this is some green peppers that are already diced. I'm gonna thaw these out. I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do, But I'll let you know once that's thawed out and me and my husband decide. Alright, so I'm just going to pop these out and let them cool on the counter. I'm doing this so they don't overcook, because they'll just keep cooking for a little bit if they're setting right in this hot pan. So I think for dinner I have decided what I'm going to do. I'm going to take that ground beef that I'm thawing out, and I think I'm going to make like a little like beef and cornbread bake, because I have a lot of cornbread that needs to be gone through. So I think that that is what we are going to do for dinner. All right, I'm gonna let these cool down, then we're gonna get started on dinner. For dinner, I am making chili cornbread bake. Right in this pan, I have a pound of ground beef. It's like a little bit frozen still. I'm going to add a little bit of oil into part of this pan. Then I'm going to add in my green peppers, which seem to be partially frozen as well. I'm going to add some onion powder into this. Now I'm going to put my oven at 400 degrees. I'm going to preheat that. Now I'm going to let this brown a little bit, and then I'm going to add in some chili ready tomatoes. While that's going, I'm going to make some Jiffy mix. So I'm going to add in my egg, add in a 1/3 cup of milk. Then I'm just going to add in my mix. And then I have just like a handful of cheese. Of course, I'm going to fold that in. All right, let's get back to the stove. To this, I'm gonna add my can of chili ready tomatoes. All right, now I'm going to take a packet, oops, oven's ready. Now I'm going to take a packet of chili seasoning. I'm just gonna add that in. I'm going to turn the heat down a little bit. Now I know that some people do not like to cook tomatoes in their cast iron, but I don't ever let the tomato sauce simmer for too long. I'm just gonna mix this seasoning in, and then we're gonna top it with that cornbread mixture. All right, I'm turning that heat off. I'm going to add that cornbread mixture just over the center of it. I'm just going to add this into the oven. All right, now that that is in the oven, I'm going to take this 2-pound sausage roll that I got for $1.99 a couple weeks back. Honestly, it was probably like a month and a half ago now. I'm going to cook that up in this other cast iron pan, and then I'm going to use this in a couple recipes over the next few days. Oh, that looks amazing. I don't know how to serve this. I wish I had some sour cream. Look at that. Oh my goodness, that is amazing. I don't know if you can tell, but this looks insane. I did also drain the grease out of that sausage. I'm just gonna let that cool while I eat. For breakfast, I made a sausage, egg, and cheese bake. I'm going to take a chunk off of this Tillamook block of cheese. I have some green peppers on the stove right now, and I am just going to make sure that those are all heated up. Now it's just a couple handfuls of cheese. Now I have this ciabatta bread. It's like partially frozen. I honestly have no clue what I'm doing. I'm just kind of making this up. So I'm gonna cube this bread. You should probably do this when the bread's not frozen, but I am impatient. All right, I'm gonna set my bread aside. Now to this, I'm going to add a little bit of garlic and onion powder. I have a little mixture here, some salt and some pepper. I'm gonna set these green peppers aside so they can cool a little bit. Then what we're gonna do is we're gonna whisk these eggs. We're gonna add everything else in. I'm going to add just a little splash of milk, probably just a tablespoon or two. I'm going to add half of my cheese in here. I'm going to add in some of that sausage. I probably added just about a half a pound or so of sausage. And I'm going to add in that bread. I probably should have poured the egg mixture over, but I really was like trying not to dirty yet another dish. All right, so I ended up adding about 3 slices of that bread to this. I'll save the rest for croutons. I am going to take 2 more eggs and add it to this. All right, 2 more eggs and a tablespoon of milk. Now I'm just going to sprinkle that green pepper on top. If you had an onion or mushrooms or anything, ooh, do I want to add mushrooms? I'm gonna add it. I'm gonna make it just like this at first. And then I'm going to take the other half of that cheese and just sprinkle that on top. And then I'm going to let this set overnight in the fridge, and then I'm going to bake this in the morning. That is what it's looking like so far. So I tossed this into the oven while it was preheating at 375, and then I just left it in there for 45 minutes total. Once that 45 minutes was done, I took the lid off and just let it set in the oven while the oven cooled down a little bit. So it's been in the oven a total of an hour, and it is perfect.
But I decided I'm gonna give it extra support so you can fill it with soil in it.
This looks so delicious. Thank you so much for coming along on a little what I eat in a day, cook with me style. I enjoyed getting a little cooking therapy in, and I hope you enjoyed it as well. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, and be sure to hit that notification bell so you can be notified when I upload my next video. Thanks for watching.